Welcome back to the second quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, and of course we do it in 4 quarters, and in the fourth quarter we really run through, although we tried to run through pretty good here. We have a couple of pictures to show on what I was speaking about was the St. Landry Parish book that has just been published locally at Andrepont Printing here, and the authors, of course, are Philip Andrepont, the owner of Andrepont Printing, Patrick Morrow, and Mr. Warren Perrin. And this is a picture that I took on my little camera last night of Philip Andrepont in a suit. First time I've ever seen him in a suit and tie, all the way on the right. And of course, Patrick Morrow, Pat Morrow as we call him, was sitting next to him on his left. And Pat, of course, is well known throughout the area, very successful law firm and a very generous benefactor to the community. We want to thank you very much. And I see Miss Alice sitting in the back.
And Philip's wife.
And Philip's wife.
Yeah. It's a project like this. The big thing they want is photos. They want historical photos of the area. And of course, with Pat's friendship with people, of course, Philip's family, his father having the print shop for years, all that type of thing, they could get their hands on a lot of good historical photographs. So it made a really, it's a neat looking book. And it's
you can get it right here at Andrepont Printing, $21.95. I've got to go get some more because I'm going to give them as a little gift and a little note to try to save this little book and show it to the grandchildren, the great-grandkids come around. Show them the book and show them maybe somebody in the family is in the book. And of course, I want to thank a young lady that called me from New York. It shows New York. She actually lives in Connecticut, she says, and I'm speaking of Heidi O'Brien D'Amelio. She moved over to New York to try her hand in modeling. She had done quite well locally in the state and on a state level, and decided to try a hand and has done well and landed a beautiful husband, Mark D'Amelio, and they actually live, as I just mentioned, in Connecticut. Good morning to you. Her father's Mr. Leroy O'Brien, and of course Mr. Leroy was a state boxing champion, one of those that received the
Brinks Trophy?
Well, yeah, I think he probably got the Brinks, but Medal of the award we were given.
The Hall of Fame, Boxing Hall of Fame.
Boxing Hall of Fame.
I got you now.
High School Boxing Hall of Fame. And she wanted 6 more DVDs to give to her family members, so friends and family members. And we're going to send them to her sister, Patty Roy, in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. There you go. And I want to report that Mr. Leroy O'Brien is doing well, has a little surgery coming up on the end of the month, but should be walking around and doing real good, and that's good news. And I heard a little story that I'm going to repeat real quick. And yesterday we were at the gumbo that Mr. Earl Taylor, our district attorney, gives every year, and fortunate enough we got invited. And Ryan Duplichamp was telling the story about when I mentioned something about the boxing, that this lady had called me out of New York for some DVD copies. So finally I got to talk to her today. But in the meantime, I learned this little story about her daddy. Mr. Leroy, during the regular season boxing schedule, he had got defeated by George Bork from Opelousas here. And when he was leaving to go to the state tournament, he was told by his mama, Cher, in case you don't win, don't worry about it. Just come back with the 2nd place in case you can't beat this little boy Bork. So he told his mama, he says, Mama, you deserve the gold medal. And you know what he brought her home? He brought her the gold medal. What a man. What a touching little story about talking to your mama. And the mamas do so much in the kids' lives. You know, they're there. The daddy a lot of time is out working and doing work to make the ends meet with the financial end of it. And the mama makes a lot of those kind of decisions and all. So anyhow, Mr. Leroy, we love you and good luck on the upcoming surgery.
We're talking about a book signing. We've got another book signing that's coming up too. Mark Ollier has written a book about the Hinckley Gardner and Norton families. It's all families from this area. The Washington Garden Club is going to have a book signing with him there over at the old historic St. John's Episcopal Church on Church Street in Washington. That's going to be on Sunday, December 29th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And go hear a whole lot about him. And of course, the steamboat captain, Captain Hinckley, is his direct ancestor, and Anna Gardner too. So you better learn a whole lot about the history of our parish. And of course, I got that from his lovely mother, Miss Rose Ollier. Good morning. And what else we got? Let's hit some sponsors too while we're at it. LEC Group, home health care needs. LEC Group can help you with all the therapists, with the nurses, with the equipment you might need, the special chairs, the oxygen equipment. If you're looking for hospice care and palliative care, that's available at Louisiana Healthcare Group as well. They've got extended care within all the local hospitals to help you out, including Opelousas General Health System here in Opelousas. Louisiana Healthcare Group, all about helping people. And how about, let's go with Dixie Storage. All your storage needs, personal and commercial. Dixie Storage can help you with small units to put a handful of things in. If you want to put your big RVs and your boats, they've got that too. They've got climate-controlled units. They've got them located in Port Barre, Washington, and Opelousas. They've got their sister company, A+ Glass, at locations in Opelousas and in Lafayette. And this past week, I had a window in my truck that was kind of cranked down about half around and couldn't close all the way, and I brought it in and wasn't sure if it was the glass or what the problem was, and it was that regulator, I guess what they call that you turn to raise. You know, I got a hand crank one, as I'm old-timey, and I had to change that inside part, and I had to change it over there at A+ Glass. They did all that for me, and I want to thank the guys at A+ for all the good work that they do. If you need something like that done, go see them and get your car inspected as well.
Dale Vidrine and his wife Kathy dropped off a nice little gift. Thanks very much to me yesterday, and we got to talking, and he said that Mr. Pete Canatelli, who owns the big Canatelli grocery and hardware store there, and they sell food products, make that delicious muffalata that is just hard to beat. We got several. I got several of them. You wasn't on the program with me by that. When that occurred, I had just gone to doing the television program, and you came on, what, a couple of years after I got started? Something like that.
A couple of years after you were on TV.
Yep. And I think Brian was the one that brought the muffalatas. According to my description to Dale, he thinks it was Brian. But Mr. Pete is in bad condition, so would you please remember the Canatella family in your daily prayers. And again, thanks, Dale and Kathy. We have a picture of the new owners of the Palace Cafe. Can you get that up for me, please?
I'm going to try.
And probably 2 years ago, I mentioned that a certain individual was purchasing the Palace Cafe, and that fell through. And Miss Tina did not get upset with me. She said a lot of people came in to see who the new owner was, so it actually helped the business and didn't scare off anybody. And I'm going to introduce these two individuals. The gentleman on the left is Mr. Michael, we call him Mike Monroe, from the Lafayette area, and the gentleman on the right is going to be the manager of the Palace Cafe, John Romero. John has extensive business skills in the management of a restaurant, and Mr. Mike does too. Mr. Michael owns several small businesses in the Lafayette area, so he just has had an envie to purchase the Palace for quite some time, and I guess they got together on the pricing and all, and he bought it and took it over last Friday afternoon. When everybody found out about it, they walked in with some donuts. He also owns a donut shop in Lafayette.
I was there Friday morning, so everything was still Miss Tina when I was there Friday morning. So.
Yeah, but that afternoon
it was
is when I think it took place.
Congratulations to Miss Tina. I know that it's something she wanted the thing to continue in the community. It's important. It's like when you've sold some of your businesses here in town. You
tried to make it local.
And try to keep it local. And so this is a good thing. It's a very good thing.
And Tina says, this time she says, you can tell them, Bobby, it's for real. She's been paid. And also, Tina will be there at least through December. So those of you that have been served by Tina and her family and those beautiful waitresses over there, the chefs in the back, go by and give them a big thank you. That would really make Miss Tina her feel good. And she'll be there through December, and I'm not so sure she won't stay on possibly a little longer, a couple of days a week. So good luck to Mike and John in their new business venture here in Opelousas, downtown, across from the Courthouse Square, Landry Street.
There you go. How about, do you want to show?
You want to go to Abbeville?
I'm running around, I'm looking around. I got so many pictures everywhere. Let's start, we got to knock some out. So let's start at the beginning. Kick over here. These are some of the horses that your syndicate has got with the new batch?
That's our baby syndicate. They are yearlings through the December 31st. January 1st, they become 2-year-olds. They're now in training, and we'll begin racing probably around April or May at the fairgrounds, and more so here, right here in Opelousas at Evangeline Downs Racetrack and Casino and Evangeline Downs Hotel. Don't forget that hotel for your visiting relatives, maybe some weddings or maybe some funerals taking place, and you have guests coming in.
Easy access to gaming and restaurants open 24 hours a day.
There's 3
easy
restaurants
access to the
right
interstate.
next door to you, and you just walk from the hotel into the undercover, into the hotel restaurants.
Now, here's some pictures when you were at Natchez about 2 weeks ago. One of your friends,
Miss Regina and Doug Charbonnet.
Who sent you the photos?
That's Mr. Bob Brand, and thank you, Mr. Bob. And
showing the ice
it
that
was
was
cold
there
that morning, and look at the leaves from that tree. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a setting.
Some of the kids.
And the kids are playing, and small babies are there. And these were the siblings that were there. I think that's maybe the whole group, 3, 6, 9. That's it. I think there were 9 left in the family. And then
that's the whole crew that was there for the party.
That's the crew that was there. About 125, 140 of us were eating a sit-down dinner prepared by Chef Regina Charbonnet, well known throughout the world, and has sold some of the finest cookbooks that have ever been on the market.
Call the food, man.
Look
Beautiful
at
place,
the food, just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous.
Kids having fun.
Yep, and that's Joe Fred and Frank Trostglass family, local members of Regina's, first cousin with Regina, or second cousin, whatever it is.
And how about this photo? You know, I was talking earlier about the Cerebral Palsy Clinic. You know, we said the Knights of Columbus over at St. Landry Catholic Church, that's Council 1173, had a Tootsie Roll draw to help out with the breakfast and with the Cerebral Palsy Clinic.
Year, and this
second
was
year
even
they've
better.
done it, even better. That's right. And we got Father Brady, the pastor over at St. Landry Catholic Church, Charlie Roy, the Grand Knight that's next to him, Miss Lynn Morrow, that's the director for us at the Opelousas Area Cerebral Palsy Clinic.
Receiving the check,
Receiving the check. Mr. Ken Thibodeau, who's the treasurer, he's the money man. And over on the right, Mr. Larry Morrow, who is their inside guard with the Knights of Columbus. I want to thank them so much for all the good stuff they've done for us. Now, you've got some Winfield photos, too.
Winfield, that's at our little camp. That is directly across the street from our little camp at Winfield. They are drilling, I think it's 16 proposed wells. The sites are all laid out. Not sure if they're looking for oil or they're going to use it as injection wells. I'm not too sure, but anyhow, good activity. And this is another camp that's going to be built on our site there. And that's my little Raging Cajun four-wheeler, side by side.
And your sleeping quarters?
Sleeping quarters. And Megan, I showed that picture to Megan. She said, well, Daddy, that looks like my dorm room.
Look like a dorm room for sure.
And this is Mr. John. Good morning, Mr. John at Nichols Department Store. They have about everything you want, from hunting to decorating your house. And they're in 3 cities up in North Louisiana.
We're going to have to take a 1-minute break, folks. We're going to see you on the other side of one for the second half of the show.